Hey everyone, happy holidays. I am Anthony Scott at ToyHopUSA.com. Before I take a break for the rest of the year on reviews, I have to finish off the year strong with a look at NECA Toys Gargoyles Bronx figure, which has been available the last few months, but I just got them in hand. Special thank you to our sponsor, Entertainment Earth. Greatly appreciated. Link below to buy on the YouTube description, as well as on ToyHopUSA.com. Also, we have an exclusive 10% off coupon code. More information on the website for that. Bronx is packaged in a window box with an opening flap, and the artwork on him right there on the cover is just phenomenal. Really loving how the packaging came out. On both sides are images of the figure, showing both of his unique head sculpts, which you can see there. And on the back, there are some additional images right here, a description, which you see there, and a look at additional figures that were already announced. All of these are up for pre-order. And just below that, it includes heads, meat, and Goliath's closed wings. There's your look there. And also on the bottom are the names of all the great people at NECA Toys responsible for bringing this awesome set together. Here's a look at the inside of the opening flap. You have another image of Bronx. And on the right, he's packaged in a plastic tray along with all of his accessories. Here's your in-hand look at Bronx. I think they did a fantastic job on the sculpt. See a lot of the details on there. The sculpt is smooth. There's no sculpt detectors or anything, but you see the muscles right there on the body. A little bit of bone structure as well. The likeness is inspired from the animated series. However, they did a little realism to it, and it's a great mix, which you see here. The paint applications are painted in a multiple shades of blue, including dark and light. So that looks great as well. Let's take a look at the head sculpt. The eyes, the two fangs sticking up, that looks great. A lot of really nicely done details there. And especially on the ears, I really like what I'm seeing there as far as that. He's also got a little tail in the back, which can move a little bit, so tiny bit of articulation for that tail. And the jaw is also hinged, which I think is definitely a bonus. You see the interior of the mouth right there, including the tongue and the teeth. Taking a look at his articulation, as he's an ultimate style gargoyle dog, the articulation isn't standard throughout most of the ultimate line, as he has 4 legs, things like that. So his other points of articulation includes a hinged jaw, which I already said, ball jointed head. This back piece here can move a little bit, but not too much. You can swivel a tiny bit. It doesn't really move, but it's just worthy to mention that it does articulate a little bit. Ball hinged hips, which you see right here. And in the back, these are ball jointed hips. You should see that ball joint right there. So you can create a bunch of dynamic poses, things like that. He also has swivel hinge knees ×4. And down here, swivel hinge ankles ×2. And the toes themselves are not articulated. So you should be able to see 2 swivel hinge joints right there. It would also be noted that on the bottom of all 4 of his toes, there are holes in them to put them into for a base or something. But it's really not required to get him to stand on one, as he has 4 legs. And you'll also notice that the underbelly has a lighter color. It's not all dark blue, dark and light blue, I should say. This is a light gray. Bronx includes 3 accessories, included folded wings for Goliath, an interchangeable head sculpt with an open mouth, and some beef. Here's a look at his other head sculpt, the one with the open, snarling mouth. And you really see a lot more of the interior details of his mouth there, especially a lot more of his tongue. Bring this in a little bit closer for you guys. That came out great. His tongue even has some sculpted texture on there. And you even see the teeth in the back, both top and bottom. Also, you see the interior of the mouth as shown, where it's black down there. They really did a fantastic job on this. Lots of great detail in there. And for the meat can be placed right inside this mouth here. The jaw isn't hinged or anything, so you're just going to need to play with it for a second, move it to the side, and there's a look at him holding it. You'll notice that they even went ahead and made the meat a little bit realistic, which looks great on both sides. Here's a look at Goliath with the closed wings. You'll notice that with them closed, there's really no wingspan, which helps you display it as the wingspan is pretty big, as you guys have seen online, and as I showed you with the review on Goliath. The wings itself, very nicely sculpted. Thrilled with how this came out. And here's a look at the back. You really see those sculpted details right here on the wings. There is, however, a wash, which you see here, and some really nice metallic deco, which really helps it shine. This looks great. They really went all out as far as everything, as they always do. And you see those same details on the inside of the wings. Overall, Bronx is a fantastic figure. I think fans are going to love it. If you've been collecting NECA's Gargoyles line, you desperately need to add this one to your collection, as he's a core member of the team, as seen on the animated series from the 90s. So go ahead and grab him. And again, he comes with these closed wings for Goliath that you desperately need to add to your collection. Not only for that reason, but Bronx is an amazingly detailed figure. Thanks again to Entertainment Earth for sending along for review. Greatly appreciate it. Check out toyhypeusa.com for links, and as well as a 10% off coupon code off all in-stock items. I am Anthony Scott at Toy Hype USA. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more coverage and reviews. Happy holidays, everyone, and Happy New Year.